Anyway, Bill Maher, I got to bring him in here. This is the guy who hosts the show. I better make sure you know who Bill Maher is. He hosts Politically Incorrect, which is on ABC after Nightline. And Bill's a comedian. How come Bill's coming in that way?
I don't know.
Bill is coming in interesting. You're bringing Bill in a whole new way. Gary said something funny about Bill. He says, Bill, kind of guy, he says, when he comes in, he makes it very clear there's going to be no small talk back in the green room. Yeah, it's like, all angry.
Yeah. It'll be a light interview, Volk.
Because Bill's not one of those guys that's
Bill is a typical comedian, not a fun guy.
Yeah. Why are comedians primarily...
I just heard not a fun guy.
No.
Just put on the typically, what was the first part of that?
The first part was typically comedians are not fun guys, and I have to agree.
That's not true.
Oh, that is so true.
How would you know?
Because I know comedians.
No, but you don't. You don't hang out with them. You don't party with them. I've never known.
When you're with each other, you're competing to be the funniest one.
Yeah, that's different.
Fun.
How would you know? What? We don't know comedians?
No,
we're not in show business?
You don't know them as well as I do.
Yeah, how could you say that?
Because you guys are in radio. You're up at 4 in the morning.
We just saw you. You weren't having fun in there.
It's at 8 in the morning.
Oh,
of course, this is not the hour. This is not the hour of comedians. Comedians hang out late at night in nightclubs.
Where were you last night?
What time do you start to become fun?
Where were you? What time can we expect you to be fun?
At least 8 hours from now.
Where were you? Where were you last night?
I'm only fun at this hour if I've been up all night.
So far, I'm not laughing. You don't seem like that much fun.
Actually, you sound like you're in a much better mood than the last time I was here.
Is that right?
You've got a grin. You're smiling. You're laughing. Look at him.
Get out of here. You know what he says? What he says about marriage is very true, Bill Maher. I read it when I read.
He's never been in it.
No, but he knows himself well enough.
Right.
He has said. I read an interview with him in Playboy. He said the reason I never got married. He says marriage was set up years ago so that there would be duties. A woman would do certain things. Man would do certain things. He says I have been successful enough where I have assistants and people who do those duties. And when I'm with a woman, the relationship is fun. You're not asking anybody to do any work.
Right. I don't want to cook. I don't want a maid. I just want to...
You want sex?
Well, not just sex.
Half the time from what we
Romance.
hear, you hardly want them.
Yeah, you're very particular.
What?
No, we've had a few of your ex-girlfriends in here.
Oh, God. I have not heard the end of that.
No, that was interesting. Tell me if there's any truth to that. I want to ask you about that before we get to...
I never heard it.
All right, here's what I heard.
Karen?
Karen, yeah. She's a beautiful woman, by the way.
Gorgeous.
Yes. Gorgeous.
Absolutely.
You went out with her.
And a good person, too.
Yes. And she said you liked her and everything. And one night you turned to her and you said to her, listen, I like you a lot and everything. And you were in a car with her and you handed her an envelope. And you said to her, listen.
Well, you just had a great time.
You just had a great time. And you said to her, I won't want you to open this envelope until I drop you off. And then you brought her to a hospital.
That's so... I heard that hospital thing. I don't know what that... I don't know where
that part of the story is not true.
But the letter...
I did write her a letter.
Right, and the letter said, look, I'm breaking up with you.
Yes.
You do it in a letter?
Only that one time. What do you mean I do it in a letter?
I was like, maybe that's the way you do it. Why the letter? I'm curious.
Because...
Teach me. Why the letter? I'm not saying this is a put down. Why the letter?
In your case, it would probably be more like a deposition.
Right.
There was nothing legal about this, and I just, a letter in time immemorial is a way to organize your thoughts, and also it denotes a seriousness, I think.
Yes.
It means that, this isn't just something that's frivolous. You're just not rattling it off and saying, hey, babe, gotta go.
Right.
It means, you put some thought into it, and it means something to you. And we didn't go out for a very long time.
Right.
But don't you think it's a little impersonal?
No, as I'm trying to explain, I think it's more personal.
Well,
I say,
first of all, I
would say if you're chicken, you just you don't tell her to go to her face.
First of all, and you can ask her this and see if this jogs her memory. I don't know where she gets this about the hospital. She lived near the hospital.
Right.
This idea that I drove by the
She thinks you drove by the hospital so that...
but there were other ways to get to her house.
Because she would be suicidal once she read this letter.
She must have been joking.
Right. No, she was serious. Wait, what did she say?
And she's insane.
She said that while she was driving her home, he drove by the hospital and made it very clear to point out the ways to get into the emergency room. And she said that she felt that after she read the letter that she might be suicidal and that you were letting her know where she could go if she felt that way.
Listen, Bill's a hot stud. There's no question.
You don't lose a Bill Maher every
You don't lose a Bill Maher.
You wonder why I don't want to shake your hand when I come in.
Yeah, like he's not the life of the party.
But anyway, that is a complete falsehood. I sound like Michael Corleone. That is a complete falsehood.
Set it off.
And now that you have besmirched my reputation,
you have
reached the same publicity. But
you have reached the pinnacle in your career.
No, I hope not.
No. I'll tell you why. You know, my father is very critical of everyone. You have to be good if you win my father's favor, and you have to be a no-nonsense guy. So my mother and father called me the other night. My mother goes, "Your father wants to talk to you about Bill Maher."
Your father gets an introduction?
Oh yeah. No, it's always an introduction. I go, okay.
Hold on.
All right, Bill Maher's the topic. All right, let's hear what it is. Well, I'll just tell you, your father and I watched Larry King, and this Bill Maher was on. It was the best hour I have ever seen. He is bright. I'm telling you. He was funny. You have to see this tape.
If only old Jews counted in the ratings. That's all I have to say. It's only if they count.
Then my father gets on. He goes, "Let me talk. This Bill Maher is very astute." And I said, "Yes, I've had him on the show. He's a bright guy. I always thought he was bright." I said, I worked with his father. You did?
No.
Let me just finish what I have to say. The way he handled this Larry King, and your mother and I watched Larry King all the time, he was very bright and funny. I laughed. I go, okay. When are you going to compliment me?
You have done your job.
Yeah. The rest of the world is watching Regis in that game show, and my parents are tuned in.
But
so in my family, you've hit height. But you're a superstar.
And that's and please tell your folks, thank you very much. Because I'm telling you, if older people counted in the ratings,
you'd be huge.
I would be huge because they do love my show.
Right.
Because they see something in it, I think, that's a throwback, which is like real conversation. But you bring up another point, which is, why doesn't your parents say that to you?
Right.
And I face the same thing, which is I get most of my great feedback from total strangers, and I bet you do too.
Yes, that is
something
true.
About the people around you just forget, or it just doesn't. But I never
say it to everybody but you.
Yeah, well,
I
exactly.
used to be in the room with your father when you were doing the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And we'd watch it together. I mean, he'd tell everyone before
he wouldn't leave me alone about you.
Yeah.
And I knew your father, but I didn't know him super well. But I knew, we'd always say hello and everything. He'd come up, "See my son?" I said, "Yes, your son's brilliant." He goes, "Oh, you saw my son?" And the guy never opened his mouth.
That son,
yeah. And you see, isn't that funny that he wouldn't say
people
to
you work with? People think that the people around us are always kissing our ass. I never hear anything from the people I work with. If it wasn't for strangers on the street, in bars, wherever I go, saying, "Hey, man, you tell them you're doing a great job."
Right.
I would never get any positive reinforcement.
Well, I know my family, it's almost welcome because you don't want to sit there and talk about your career and your business, so it's almost nice that they don't bring it up. But it would be once in a while okay to hear that, right?
Well, he's saying even the people around you, like the people you work with.
Jackie, quite frankly, badmouths me wherever he goes.
And also, lots of people that maybe you go out with or you meet in passing, they think their psychology is, he gets it all the time. Yeah. Exactly. I'll be the one to not give it to him, and that'll make me special. Yeah, it'll make you special. I won't like you.
You would like to hear those things.
Well, I would just like what a normal person wants, which is nice feedback and not just withholding or negative.
Right. That's all you get to hear all the time. Do you always travel with a hot chick? Even your publicist today is a hot chick. I mean, someone said this is like the hottest publicist they ever saw. Will you be dating her?
No, she's with her boyfriend.
Oh, she is. Oh, who wants that? We'll fire her.
And he dates exclusively from Playboy.
Oh, that's right.
I dated one girl from Playboy.
Let me smell your hand.
She came on this show.
Please. All right, here's what I set up for you today.
I had fish for breakfast. Please.
I set up something great for you. I really did, and I want to... Do you see our set over there? It looks like politically incorrect, doesn't it?
Oh, I know, but I'd rather be here.
No. You're not. You're going to go over there, and we're going to try this. Let me introduce to you...
This is better than my show. Your show's better.
No. Let me introduce to you our panel. These are the people. You have topics prepared, right?
Yes, I have to.
All right, take your purse over there and get your topics out. He's got a purse with him.
I'm going to the airport.
Oh, what are you doing? Dating?
Yes, I'm dating a plane.
A whole plane of stewardesses.
I'm dating a plane.
Why are you going to the airport? You're going to L.A.?
I'm going to Atlanta.
All right, don't leave yet. Just sit there.
You just said take my purse.
No. Just get your questions ready for your topics. Good. All right. I got to hear this. Where are you going?
Atlanta.
Why?
Because I am doing 2 shows down there at the comedy club.
Oh, you still do that stuff?
I still do.
You still do stand-up?
Yeah.
Is it new material?
Ready for a new HBO special. I have the best act I've ever had. I'm enjoying doing it more than ever. So, yeah.
So there.
All
right. Let me introduce you one at a time.
And then Charlotte the next day.
And then
Charlotte,
answer the question, why are blacks better at comedy than whites?
Who says that? Is that true?
What'd she say?
She says blacks are better at comedy than whites.
I said why? I didn't say that.
No, that's not true.
I don't know. I don't buy it. I don't necessarily think.
It was just a topic.
Why are Jews better at comedy than?
That's not true.
All right, so there you go.
Hey, they always say that suffering made Jews funny. Why aren't there any funny Indians? That's
a good point. What happened there?
Where are the funny Indians?
They're all dead.
We did a show with Indians for Thanksgiving.
Right.
And, they're great people, but they're not great.
Funny.
They're not great comedians.
Yeah, because there are a lot of Jewish comedians,
Yes.
Sure, but there are a lot of black comedians, too.
Yes, Bill's point.
They suffered, too.
Right.
Richard Pryor, the Chris Rock, the Eddie Murphy.
You know what I think?
Oh, right. And you can't name any great white comedians. It's a complete blank. I just can't,
Right now it is a blank, quite frankly. So wait a second.
Yeah.
I've arranged for you to do Politically Incorrect today. So I want to see how it goes. I wanted to give you a panel that I think would be interesting. Okay. First, let me introduce to you Crackhead Bob, who will be one of the panelists.
Crackhead Bob.
Crackhead Bob is up on everything. He watches a lot of TV.
Here he comes. He's coming through the back way. All right. He's up on all topics. I can't wait to hear everything. Like a Crackhead Bob. All right, give him a seat. Now I'm going to introduce to you Elephant Boy. Hi, Crackhead. How are you?
What's going on?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay.
Get close to that microphone if you would.
There's Elephant Boy coming in.
I love you, but get close to the microphone. This is going to be the best thing I've ever seen, I think.
Bill Maher's getting very nervous.
Bill Maher's ready to leave. You just stay there with your cards. Elephant Boy, how are you?
How you doing, Howard?
Good to see you. Let's meet Beetlejuice.
Come on, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice will be here. Elephant Boy, Crackhead Bob. This is going to be the best politically incorrect you've ever done.
It's going to be a freak show like everything else.
For what? Freaks can't have an opinion?
How dare you?
Here comes
How
Beetlejuice.
dare I? You just people named Beetlejuice. Oh, my God.
Beetlejuice, how you doing?
You're a sick man.
Why is that sick? Why? This guy's entitled to an opinion? Why, you're so important that you can't talk to Beetlejuice? How are you, Beetlejuice?
Howard.
What do you say?
I wish I was married to you so I could leave you right now. I'm telling you that right now.
And here is Croix. She's a little more normal than everyone. Yeah. Croix, come on in and... All right. Oh, God. Hey. Look at that get-up. You look gorgeous.
Hi.
Stand over there, right? How are you? Sit down.
He's modeling for Bill.
All right. You're going to have four interesting people this time, instead of Hollywood know-it-alls. And you will ask them questions, like you do on your show, and we'll see how it goes. A special edition of Politically Correct. How are you, Croix? Good to see you.
Thank you.
Yes. Marvelous woman.
At that outfit.
First of all, Croix, you should tell Bill Maher so he knows who he's dealing with. You actually had a relationship with Ronald Reagan. Is that correct?
Well, it's an episode. It's not a relationship.
Right.
What year?
1980.
Oh, 1980.
It's
recently.
been 20 years.
What did
I submitted my architecture to Ronald Reagan, and he passed it for Muhammad Ali and Fidel Castro, two individual pieces. And Charlton Heston was in the contract for Muhammad Ali and Frank Sinatra, but Frank Sinatra, as you know.
By the way, Bill, don't laugh. If you weren't a professional comedian famous, you'd be dating her. Remember that. All right. Is everyone ready? Beetlejuice, are you prepared to talk about whatever Bill Maher brings up?
Yeah.
You are. Okay. Crackhead Bob, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. And Elephant Boy?
Let's get on.
All right. Go ahead. Bill Maher, I turn it over to you. And now we're going to hear a brand new Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher, the host. And Bill, don't be a snob. These people are entitled to an opinion.
Can vote.
Look at Bill. He's got his bag in case he just wants to leave. He wants to leave. He's got a bag.
I wouldn't trust you.
Do you feel this is insulting to you?
Ow.
Oh.
Papa boy.
Don't be a baby. Bill, do you feel this is insulting to you in your program?
Yes.
You do, really? Why? Do these people not, are they not entitled to?
Voters.
By the way, you should also know.
I'm not running for anything. All right, we're here, we're queer, let's do it.
All right, let's have it. And
Hey now.
Crackhead Bob, are you queer?
Oh, no.
No, all right.
I don't think so.
So let me get the players here again. You're Crackhead Bob.
Yep, that's correct.
You're
Croix.
Croix.
Right.
Croix.
Right.
And it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And Beetlejuice, you know.
Beetlejuice.
Don't miss it. Yeah.
Elephant Boy.
And Elephant Boy.
Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
These are your names or names that Howard has given you?
They're their names now.
Yeah.
These
I'm stuck with that.
These came from the Massa over at the big house.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Croix's name is her name, and Beetlejuice is his own name. Yeah.
And Bob had to change it.
Right. Because Bob did so much crack he can't say his real name, which is George. All right, go ahead.
Well, let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Yesterday, in the Caucasus, Boris Yeltsin and Bill Clinton had a summit over Chechnya. Bill Clinton lectured Mr. Yeltsin on whether he should not have his troops in there at this particular moment. Yeltsin's response was, the United States record on human rights is far from perfect. Your thoughts, Beetlejuice?
Okay.
No, that's not a question you would ask.
Of course it is.
It is?
Yeah. You told me you wanted to do what we do.
I don't feel that's a very difficult question. Even I couldn't follow
Have
it.
you got another topic?
Give us another topic.
Watch my show.
No, I don't like. They don't watch your show. They watch you on Larry King. Go ahead. Give me
another topic.
Give another topic. No one's going to have an opinion. Do you have an opinion on that, Croix?
Of course I do.
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Wow. Howard, you underestimate your own.
All right, go ahead, Croix.
The first part that I can conclude is there's farm area in Russia, and it's none of America's business what Boris Yeltsin does with his own territory. But on the second hand, Russia was not introduced into the United States of America until Ronald Reagan took office, and that's because he took my architecture away, and he went in the opposite direction. And the direction that he's looking for is Fidel Castro. And
right.
All right. Listen.
I think time and God took your architecture away.
Yeah.
As it does to us all.
By the way, you should point out that Beetlejuice is wearing a Superman costume.
Compliments to Christopher Reeve.
Right. Can you move on?
Else want to weigh in on
Sure.
that topic?
No. All right.
I can't even weigh in on that topic.
Let's move on to one of the other domestic stories this week that got big headlines. A 13-year-old boy.
Good. Yeah. All right, this is something we can follow. Yeah.
You know what I was going to say.
Go ahead.
Fought with Howard Stern in the men's room.
I would never do that. Howard is too hot.
Thank you, honey.
A 13-year-old boy was convicted of murder, the youngest American ever to be convicted of murder.
Good. Now, this is a good topic. Go ahead. Yeah.
Do you hear this?
Say that again.
Do you hear this applause?
Go ahead, Bill. Come on, go ahead.
I don't think it's anything to applaud.
No. Right.
However, this young man who was being represented by Jeffrey Feiger, cynically holding his hand as they enter a courtroom. Did you see that? Feiger holds his hand. Yeah. A very cynical maneuver, casting this young man as some sort of a rascal or a scam. Right. He had 22 previous arrests, and he, as witnesses said, premeditatively shot somebody with a rifle. Now, he's still 13 years old. Should he get the death penalty?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be.
Yes.
Yes.
Beetlejuice, your thoughts?
Well, he should be having it because he needs a bit that penalty.
Because what happened?
Well, he needs a penalty, you know.
He needs a penalty.
You put him in the lucky chance on that.
Yes, you're right, Beetlejuice. The penalty is due.
Yeah.
Let's go to Crackhead Bob.
Yeah.
Reprimand.
Well, all the time. If he did it, then he has to die. Then.
Well, what about his lawyer?
Kill him.
Hey, this is working.
Hey, hold on, you two.
Hey, stop fighting.
When the sparks fly on this show.
Elephant Boy is trying to say
Dottie
I know
territory.
if we both Crackhead and Beetlejuice together.
Elephant Boy, you wanted to weigh in on this. Go ahead.
With 23 prior arrests, the system fair. You know, so I don't blame the boy, but something went wrong with his upbringing.
So should he get the death penalty?
I think so because the boy is beyond hope. I don't think it would be if you give him like 20 years, it would be...
No.
It would be the
Hey, Elephant Boy. Not only did the system fail, but your speech coach failed.
I think so.
There's a lot of problems with the system.
So you got a problem with that, Bill? All right, one more question. I like this version of politically.
This is a national show.
Beetlejuice, is that all you're going to say about the topic?
Hey, that's all it's going to be. It's just the topic.
All right. Crackhead, you're done?
I'm done.
Croix, you believe in all this? You do. All right. Okay.
All right.
All right. One more question, please.
Freaks say fry 'em. Next question. Decatur. In a time when kids are throwing their babies in dumpsters, when kids are getting banged by their teachers, when kids are coming to school and shooting up a school or stabbing their classmates.
Right.
These kids had a good old-fashioned fist fight. I say they should be decorated, not suspended.
You don't really believe that?
I think they should absolutely get about a 2-day suspension, which is what it used to be in my high school.
I don't believe that.
This is an overreaction to Littleton, and there were...
Hold it a second.
Wait a minute, you're not on the panel.
All right, I'm not on the panel. Right, I'm sorry, Bill. You're right. Okay, you got me worked out.
You're your own freak over there.
Go to have a special kind of freak. Go ahead, Beetlejuice. You wanted to weigh in.
Well, I'll tell you that. Well, the kids is at the school, though, but they fight, you know. They bring up, you know, they fight, they guns, they shoot up, you know. No, they is beat up the kids in school, you know. That's how it is, you know. Honest honesty, you know.
Right.
Hey, you're avoiding the question. Stop being a politician, Beetlejuice. That's politically incorrect.
I've been doing it for years, bro.
I don't know what office you're running for.
By the way, you should know, Bill, as the host of the show.
Yes.
For some reason, there's an internal feud going on. The Crackhead Bob and Elephant Boy are not talking to one another. Is that true?
We're that good. We're back being friends.
Oh, you cleaned up that whole situation?
Yeah.
You guys are friends now?
Yeah.
All right, Bill. Okay, I'm sorry I chimed in with that.
Thank God, an anxious nation can put that to rest.
All right. So Beetlejuice.
But. Oh man. I am a man.
What?
All right.
Now, we're going from here to do The View.
Is that true? Are you doing that? You are.
I'm going from here to The View. My head is going to snap around. It's going to explode.
Wait, some of the listeners want to speak and get in on this. Okay. No, hold on. I know we're in the middle of this. Yes, Diane, go ahead.
This is the funniest thing I've ever heard. You have an audience in there watching.
Yeah, this is a great show.
It is. I don't know. This should be a prize to people to come watch this stuff.
Of course. That's what I'm trying to prove a point to Bill. He's got the wrong people on that show.
Talk to
This is the best panel he's ever had.
It's the best. It's unbelievable. Go ahead.
All right, I just wanted to let you know.
Thank you very much. All right, are we going to attack this question, Bill? Get control of the show.
The question is, the guys were suspended for 2 years.
For 2 years for a bleacher fight. Every bleacher fight that I've ever seen looked exactly the same. They handled their problems as adolescent males the old-fashioned way, with a punch in the snoot, the way you're supposed to handle it. They didn't bring in guns. They didn't bring in knives. They're being punished for what a bunch of kids with rifles did in a different school.
First, stop and let me talk.
Yeah, they are numerically out of order.
Be my guest.
No, it's not the fight themselves, but the fight caused a stampede. Hundreds of possible students can be hurt.
Yeah.
I don't blame those school districts of suspending them.
Crackhead, do you know what he said?
Yeah.
What is he saying?
You gotta do it for yourself, and he like one year, and then be back.
Yeah. I would give them the rest of the time. They had to be for next semester.
Right.
Well, you don't get to choose. It is 2 years of a suspension.
We haven't heard from Croix and Beetlejuice.
1 year.
Croix, any thoughts, Beetlejuice?
No, it's all right. Just the same day. Just to wallow. You know, that's the how to be. You know, how to get.
Right. Croix?
90 days.
90 days. 90 days. Well, Bill, you have done an incredible job.
And now a word from Del Monte.
Yes, Rob, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Howard, you have got to cancel this coming Saturday show and put this on. This is the funniest goddamn thing I've ever heard.
Wait till you see it.
Oh, it's amazing.
Come on now.
This is the greatest discussion I've ever seen.
Well, listening to these four panelists discuss these topics is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I mean, do you want to bring these guys to the View with you, Bill? I'll lend them to you. I mean, they're superstars.
Howard.
Throw those lazy broads off there and get some real talent on. What is it, Elfin Boy? Yes.
Howard, you know, if we get on the show, Bill Maher, we get better wages than a test pattern.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
My thoughts exactly.
Right.
Some other topics.
One last topic, Bill. Really, don't.
Black men being able to get a taxi cab.
No, you're not the host.
Okay.
Everyone wants to host the show and take it away from Bill. Stay out of it.
You can have that.
Well, actually, that one is a little played, but there's another topic we did last week that is related to that. Down in Miami.
Yes.
You know about this situation? A restaurant in Miami, a Thai restaurant.
Collins Street, Al Pacino.
You know.
Miami, I know.
What happened?
Collins Street?
Collins Street.
Yeah, where everybody goes drinking and
Collins
clubbing.
Street, yes.
That's where all the old Jews used to go. Go ahead, yes.
Do you know that you look like Hugh Hefner?
Thank you.
I have an excellent angle.
Go on.
You're welcome. I love Hugh Hefner.
Mm-hmm. You like Bill Maher, I bet you like to sleep.
But then Ronald Reagan sucked out all my precious bodily fluids.
I remember that. I read about that.
Yeah.
Yes. Stole your architecture. Right. That's right. I know that.
I'm waiting for Giuliani right now.
I bet you are.
And he might go for it.
Who knows? He's a real freak.
So anyway, what happened in Miami?
Oh, in Miami.
Yeah.
The restaurateur added a 15% tip
Yes.
to the bill of a black man, and this man is an immigrant. He's from Thailand. And he didn't seem to be a racist or hateful. And the guy said, "Why'd you do this?" He said, "Because traditionally blacks in my restaurant don't tip very well, and so I'm just adding the tip onto the bill." The guy called the cops. They came, and this guy stuck to his shoguns. He said, "No, that's what it is." He said, "You know what? You people don't tip as well. I'm adding this to the bill."
Wow.
Now, it certainly is wrong. I think we would all agree to add a tip just because of your race. But what do you say to a businessman who has no racial hatred, who's just doing something by the experience he's found? What do you do when political correctness comes up with against life experience? Crackhead Bob, your thoughts?
Elephant Boy first.
Sorry, excuse me. Exactly. I didn't know where my head was. Elephant Boy.
But it's just a tip. It's something extra for the surface. It's my right to pay the 50%. It's my right to pay 20% or more if the surface is excellent. And it's my right not to pay anything if the surface is lousy.
Yep. What about Beetlejuice? You look like you're ready to go on this one. Go ahead.
That's a tip.
Weigh in with that.
Well,
do you tip Beetlejuice?
Yeah, I tip it all.
You're a black man. Yeah.
How much do you tip?
Me? I tip about $50.
$50.
No matter what.
One thing.
Really?
Yeah, one thing.
But Beetlejuice,
sir?
I'll serve you.
Whoa.
Beetlejuice, go ahead. What do you think of this? What about
Well, I think about it. Well, I do it sometimes.
You do?
I tip people a little bit.
Right. All right.
Well, I get a little $50 and all. In the restaurant, she gave it, I just,
You lay a little green down, it does impress the ladies, doesn't it?
You get laid. Tell Bill Maher you get laid.
Hey, I get laid once in a while.
He's a porno.
Crackhead Bob, do you want to make a comment or Croix? Because this is our last topic.
I think that everyone should leave a denominator of $1. I mean,
right.
That's my thing.
Really? Is that true, Croix?
Everybody leaves $1 on the stage. Everybody leaves $1 for the girls on the stage.
Strippers.
It's a little different.
Yeah, it sure is.
A lot different.
And what stage are you talking about?
I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
That can happen any man. What happened?
$1 bill.
What stage are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about 42nd and 8th Avenue and 42nd between Broadway and Broadway between.
All right. Crackhead Bob, let Crackhead Bob get it. He's trying to get a word in. It's not fair.
You gotta, when you're going out to eat, and if it's nice, the date is nice, then say. But if it's not nice, then that's thing.
Well, obviously the man was not an egg.
As usual, you put a fine point on it.
Croy, are you angered by that?
Yeah, Because the man didn't have it in his pocket. Only the soul can fill its own pocket. If the man didn't have it, why should he be placed in a position with a gun in his head to leave a tip? But out of courtesy, he should place $1 on the table.
Well, I think you got.
He will be back.
I think you've gotten the final word.
Wow. Timeless thoughts couched in marble prose. What can I say?
Yes. Well, let me tell you something, Bill. This was the best politically incorrect I've ever heard.
the whole thing.
You like that?
She's taken with him. Look at the way she's looking
I am. He's a star. I was taken with Jason Alexander also.
You were.
Because he played that so nicely.
Yes.
He did.
Yeah.
He was cute. He was fun.
Wonderful man.
Oh, you like stars?
Yes.
Okay.
Tom, go ahead. You're on the air. You're on with our panel. You have a lot of different people to talk to, obviously, but try to pay attention to Bill Maher. I think he's bumming out over there. Go ahead. Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Bill Maher. You know, Bill, you're nothing but a lousy bigot. What are you doing in my city? I'm a Catholic. I'm a Catholic, you scumbag. You go on your television. You know, I love these liberals, Howard, that claim to be advocates of fairness. He's got 3 or 4 left-wing scumbags on his show.
I'm not a scumbag.
I'll
tell you that. If I'm a scumbag, you're going to eat some politics this coming year.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Bill Maher.
You're talking about the company he's sitting in.
Hey, you're talking to my bitch now.
Yeah.
Arrange a boxing match with me and this bum.
Well, why are you so mad at Bill Maher? I'm not understanding.
He's a lousy bigot. He makes derogatory.
I've never heard him say anything bigoted.
He's always making derogatory comments.
Go ahead, explain, Bill. I can see Bill's trying to explain.
I think I can read through what this guy is talking about, and fellas, you're way above his level.
Thank you.
Right.
We had on last week Kevin Smith, the director who has the new movie Dogma.
Excellent movie.
It's a study of religion and Catholicism. Kevin is a devout Catholic, but he is questioning and searching for his faith.
Right.
I am a lapsed Catholic. I was brought up Catholic. I don't believe in Catholicism or any religion, and this man is upset at me for expressing that opinion.
Sure. Are you simply upset because he doesn't want to practice Catholicism?
I'm very Catholic.
No, I'm sick and tired of the double standards.
What is the double standard?
Look, you can have a stand-up comic who's black can come out and make derogatory comments about white people, or a Jewish fella can make derogatory comments about Christians, but it's not permitted for, let's say, a white Christian person that's a stand-up comic to come out and make derogatory comments about blacks or Jews or anyone else. It wouldn't be tolerated.
What about that, Bill? Do you feel more comfortable making fun of Catholics and bashing Catholics, but you would never make fun of a black guy?
I don't make fun. That's not what I'm doing.
You don't sound like you're making fun.
However, Caucasian is.
I was simply expressing my opinion about religion, which as I believe in the Jesse Ventura quote. It's a crutch for simple-minded people who need strength in numbers, and it's a bureaucracy.
I agree with you.
What about that Beetlejuice? Do you agree or disagree?
Even this bastard.
What do you want to say?
I don't agree like that. Well, if he says something black people, black people get powerful, you know?
Right. You will kick ass.
Me? I'll beat the guy for fucking 10 minutes.
Oh,
I'll knock him out for an hour.
Hey.
When you know it.
Right.
You don't want to turn this into a circus.
Somebody said something about a black guy, you're going to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mix it up. What is it, Croix? Do you want to say something?
I am going to work at the Lincoln Circus.
You are?
Yes.
All right, congratulations. All right, listen, I can see that this has deteriorated. Listen, Bill, pleasure having you. You did a great job today.
Thank you very much.
Your show has never been more entertaining.
Thank you, Howard.
Beetlejuice, I want to thank you.
Hey, my website's not right now, but it's all, I'm on out. I'm going out right now.
Right, and what?
I got a show to do right now.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Manhattan right now.
You are in Manhattan.
Yeah, I'm going to do my tossing right now.
Oh, tossing.
Oh, dwarf tossing. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Croix, anything you want to promote? Just sit there, honey. Do you want to promote anything? No, Crackhead, you got anything to promote? And you, Alpha Boy, anything you want to promote?
No, I'm not doing the special. If you want to book me on Crackhead Bob, backstageconsult.com.
All right, we'll leave it at that also. Hold it. So many people want to talk to you.
This is causing talk.
Yeah, Sean, go ahead.
Hey, Bill.
Yes.
How you doing? I remember one time I was at a movie theater and you told a group of young black kids to be quiet. And after the movie theater, they all beat the crap out of you.
That's true.
That is true?
Yeah, I was telling you.
That's true, and you know what?
Like
That's sad.
There's a thing in the Inquirer this week that says I got punched in a movie theater. And I thought, where did they get this? And the only derivation I could think of was that they must have heard, like, fifth hand, this true
like
story.
Telephone, yeah.
Like Telephone, because that's what happens. But this happened like 8 years ago.
You got balls if you would turn around. I would never tell a group of black people to quiet down.
They were 14 teenagers.
Right.
They were like 12, 13, 14, 15 years old.
Right.
And the movie was presumed innocent, a courtroom drama with Harrison Ford, a very serious adult movie. They were running up and down the aisle screaming.
Right.
I mean, it was like out of control.
Right.
Nobody was saying anything.
No kidding.
I yelled. I said, from my seat, I said, shut up and sit down. They didn't. I went over there.
Right.
I went over to where they were, and I said, look, I paid money to see this movie. Sit down and shut the F up right now. Wait. And they did. And they watched the whole movie quietly.
Right.
It was over.
Well, they were plotting your demise.
Killed me.
They did.
I got a sucker punch in the back of the head with a ring before I got out of the aisle.
You weren't with a girl, were you?
I was.
You were with a girl.
I was with my girlfriend at the time.
That does not impress you. I bet she broke up with you after that. You got beat up with a bunch of 12-year-olds.
No, she and I were deeply in love. And
really? And she understood.
Well, my question is, should they be suspended for 2 days or a year?
Yeah, how'd you like getting punched?
They should have been arrested.
By the way, those kids... Jesse Jackson is wrong. Those kids should be suspended for 2 years. I went to a school that was that out of control and more, and I took beatings every day. I would have prayed for somebody to suspend some kids for 2 years.
And that is the kind of thing that escalates.
Right, I was terrorized. I'm telling you.
No.
And look what it did to me.
No, he said.
Right. I understand after you got beat up by these kids, your girlfriend drove you to the emergency room and handed you a letter. Is that true?
And that's when I started dating Croix.
Right. Boy, only a few could get her.
The papers. That's what you should.
That'll do it. Bill, good luck with your show, Politically Incorrect. I want to thank Beetlejuice, Croix, Crackhead Bob, and Elephant Boy for this edition of Politically Incorrect. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very excited about today's Bill Maher appearance. Bill Maher is the host of Politically Incorrect. He's in New York taping a bunch of brand new Politically Incorrects.
Claims he's taking on the mob. And
he ain't taking on anybody.
Yeah, really. How's he going to get the mob there?
Not taking on any mob. If he takes on the mob, he'll disappear in an ocean somewhere.
Let's see if these guys are really so tough.
He'll be with Chandra Levy if he's in with the mob. But never mind that. We're going to do a great Politically Incorrect this morning. I have some great guests in the studio, Robin, as you can see.
One of our guests, who's been here a million times, was running around looking for the bathroom a few minutes ago.
Who's that?
Gary the Retard.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Gary, you got lost. All right. Everybody, let me first introduce Gary the Retard, who is here to play Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher and be a panelist. How are you, Gary?
Oh, pretty good. Got here about 12 o'clock, but I made it.
All right. Great to see you here again. All right. And Daniel Carver from the Ku Klux Klan, how are you?
Doing fine, Howard.
When did you get into town?
I came in yesterday about dinner time.
About dinner time, and you're ready to discuss the day's issues with Bill Maher of Politically Incorrect?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Wasn't there some trouble finding Daniel? Was there a problem?
Yeah, Daniel, what's going on with you? You're so far in the mountains now, it's even difficult to get in touch with you. Isn't that the case?
No, it ain't all that hard if you're a white man.
A white man can always get in touch with you.
Gary, I guess, is not a white man.
No! Gary knows how to get in touch with me.
Oh, all right. So, and you are wearing your full outfit, your Ku Klux Klan sheets. You are wearing all of it today.
No, I left mine at home. This is one of yours you loaned me.
You stole mine with your uniform?
He took my KKK uniform. I actually don't own one, but Beetlejuice, good to see you. You are here as well to play Politically Incorrect and to sit on the panel and give your opinions. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah. You ready to talk about the day's issues?
Whatever you want.
All right. And Slow Adam, how are you?
I'm in a very good mood today.
Good. Why is that?
I don't know. I'm just being a little bit nervous, but I'm gonna try to answer these questions as honest as I can.
All right,
very good.
All right, well, that's the attitude. That's all we ask for. And the host of Politically Incorrect has taken his chair now.
Let's see how he looks. Are you in a good mood?
Are you in a good mood?
I'm always in a good mood when I'm with the Klan.
Right.
Well, Bill, I came in after dinner also. You know, about 4.
You should be very happy with this panel because these people, I believe, represent the real America. This is a cross-section of America. You usually do Politically Incorrect with celebrities.
Well, these are celebrities.
And these are celebrities in their own right. These are people who, through their own devices, have become known to America through the Howard Stern Show.
And I'm one of them.
Right.
Howard, when we book the show, we usually always have a woman, at least one woman on the show.
Yeah. Oh, is that the problem you have?
Well, I'm sorry, we don't have a woman, but we do have an interesting panel for you nonetheless. In fact, we asked some women to be on the panel. They were scared to come in here.
Are they ideologically balanced, this panel? That's very important.
Yeah, well, Gary the retard, are you more of a conservative or a liberal?
Liberal.
You're a liberal.
Liberal, huh?
Yeah.
But you don't like the Jews, right?
No.
You do.
Liberal with his hatred for the
No, I don't like the Jews.
You don't?
No.
Right, all right.
Well,
so
Daniel loves you.
That's it. Daniel, now you don't like the Jews either, right?
No, I think the Jews are the devil.
Right. So I would say you two guys represent the more conservative side of
Is that what
things.
you're calling them?
Right? You would consider yourself a conservative, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm a conservative.
Aside from your racist views, you seem to also have politically.
A lot of family values.
Like, are you for George W. Bush, or even he's too liberal?
Well, he was the better of the choice we had.
But then he went and hired Colin Powell.
Yeah, he hired a black guy to be the.
Well, he also opened up the border, and now we're being flooded with filthy Mexicans.
Right.
That was my first issue.
All right, well,
I swear to God, right here, filthy Mexicans, right on the front.
Daniel,
I'm not kidding.
The biggest thing we got going today. This country's being overrun with them.
Well, let's turn things over to Bill. But you asked who was liberal and who was conservative. I'd say Gary the Retard and Daniel Carver, the Ku Klux Klan, are more conservative. Beetlejuice, are you a liberal?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah.
You're not.
You're a conservative.
You're conservative also?
Could be, yeah.
You could be, yes. Who was your choice for president? Was it Al Gore or George Bush?
I think it was George Bush.
You do?
You think?
And that's who you voted
There
for.
were only two people to vote for.
Well, there's only three people you can vote for.
Ah.
Yeah, there was three. You're right.
Oh, you're right.
There was George Bush, Al Gore, and who else?
Ralph Nader.
Ralph Nader, right.
Right.
That's right. You're right again, Beetlejuice. And Adam, are you considered a liberal or a conservative?
A liberal.
A liberal.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think we have a balanced panel. I think. Well, let's turn it over to Bill Maher.
We tried.
All right, let's turn it over to Bill Maher.
Before we start, no offense, but I've gotten the introduction to all you guys. What is wrong with you?
Slow Adam, you mean?
Slow Adam.
I just happen to have a mental illness. That's all.
What is your mental illness?
Because you seem...
Well, I suffer from depression that my biological father had and my late grandfather had.
Yeah, and do you have a low IQ?
No.
You do not?
Not that I know of. I never took an IQ test before.
But when you were in school, were you in the slow class?
No. I was considered pretty smart. I was mostly a second honor student academically.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I think we got to get him out of here.
Yeah, he's a little too bright.
This is going to throw off your curve, Howard. Your audience is going to go, come on, what are you feeding us this intellectual crap for?
Yeah, no.
Where are the real people?
No, Slow Adam.
But did he go? He didn't go to college.
Yeah, you didn't go to college, and
no, I didn't.
And you were in special classrooms.
I got a high school diploma.
Yeah, but what kind of high school? What was the name of the high school?
It's called the Pathway School. It was a school for people with kids with learning disabilities.
Oh, okay. So there you go. So you're not that bright.
He's qualified.
So don't be confused. Believe me.
I tried.
Well, it's time to play the politically incorrect. Not play, but to turn it over to Bill Maher.
Yeah.
All right, Bill.
Well, let's jump right into that issue which you introduced for us, the Mexican amnesty. 3 million Americans, George Bush, is deciding whether to turn into citizens. They are now here illegally. Some people say this is pandering for the votes because George Bush is looking for that Latino vote in the next election. What are your thoughts on this vital issue?
Who are you throwing it to, Bill? You better give him some directions.
Well, if you've ever seen the show, it's only been on 8.5 years.
Nobody here has seen the show.
We don't throw it to anyone.
I'm telling you better throw it here.
You better throw it out the door. Instead of making them 3 million legal, we need to send them back and the rest of them with them.
I didn't hear one word you said. No, sir, I didn't understand one word you said.
Well, take them things off your ears and you'll hear me. I said we need to send all Mexicans back to Mexico.
Oh, send all Mexicans back to Mexico.
Well, he's answering your question.
You asked the question.
Yeah.
I know. I just didn't understand the words.
The guy has an opinion.
Anybody else?
Yes, it was heavily accented. Excuse me.
Well, what are you saying? People from the South can't have an opinion?
I just said it was. I didn't understand the words.
All right.
He wanted to give Daniel a chance to be heard, I think.
I see. All right. I'm sorry, Bill. I don't mean to interrupt your show.
Well, then don't.
All right.
How do you feel about that, Slow Adam?
I don't know much about that. I never really thought about Mexicans that much, but I have a few Hispanic friends that I sometimes try to be nice to, and I think if we ever have a Hispanic president, it wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Well, me neither. We're going to have one because they're taking over. The little town I live in's got 50,000 of them
George W. Bush is a scumbag anyway. We have a scumbag for a president. We should have gotten Al Gore. Al Gore would have made this country look better.
I don't know if he would have or not. We had a choice, give it to the Africans or the Mexicans.
It doesn't matter, though.
I mean, George Bush has got Mexicans in his family, so we're going to give it to the Mexicans. Are they going to take it? We don't have to give it to them. They're breeding like rats. They're pouring across the border every day. The little town I live in's got 50,000 of them. We can't even read the signs on the side of the buildings now.
The town you live in, the Beverly Hillbillies are on PBS.
Beverly Hillbillies would be welcome there.
Right.
Have you ever watched the Beverly Hillbillies? That's a good movie to watch.
A good movie.
Yeah. It is a good movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
The show wasn't.
Beetlejuice, how do you feel about the Beverly Hillbillies?
But I love the book.
Not much.
What? You don't watch it? No.
Is that your favorite show? What's your favorite show?
I don't know. I just decided, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
We exhausted that topic.
Bill, are you done with that topic?
You want more on that?
No, go ahead. You move the show along. You understand how to do it. You're the host.
You're the host.
Last time yes, I was the host. This time I have a lot of kibitzers here.
Oh, sorry.
You know what kibitzers are, right?
Bill, go ahead. We don't mean to interrupt.
Okay.
It's just so much fun.
Stem cell research.
Stem cell research? Never heard of that. What is a stem cell? I don't know what a stem cell is. That's the first time I ever heard it.
Oh.
Gary will know what it is.
No.
You don't have any stem cell research information?
Well, I know Daniel knows about it.
Do you know what we're talking about? This is also President Bush's looming decision. They say it could be the one that decides his presidency. Of course, on the right, they do not want to go forward with stem cell research. They say it's a slippery slope toward abortion.
I don't believe in abortion.
I don't either.
I'm against abortion. But this is what I'm going to say. If they want to kill their own children because they don't want to raise their children right now, that's okay with me. They're just going to realize that they're going to be the ones getting themselves in a lot of trouble.
You sure you didn't go to special school?
Okay, I see why you're here now. All right.
The guy has an opinion.
However,
Daniel, what about
is another tool that's used by the Jews. The only people getting abortions is white people. Mexicans don't have abortions. Blacks don't have abortions. It's just the white people. And it's a tool used to destroy the white race.
You think that mostly white people are getting the abortions and therefore there'll be less white people in the world?
It's a plot.
Right. It's
the white people should never get an abortion.
So,
right.
Keep every white baby.
Do you believe...
Gary, you believe that too? Keep every white baby?
Keep every white baby they have. You know what? They have with these abortions. You know what it does? They have it. You know what? They get everything taken care of it. No more abortions. I don't think so. The woman should have the babies and do what they want to do. Just like anybody in this state. All over.
What?
Someone's snoring.
But I think the argument... The argument for
Not me,
abortion sometimes is
I'm just
that...
listening.
Oh.
Go ahead, Bill. You were making a point.
Yes, the argument for abortion is that sometimes some people that we bring into this world aren't welcome in this world, and there's no one there to take care for them or pay for them.
What about that, Beetlejuice?
Well, I think about it, but it is.
Are you for or against abortion?
Oh, we're against it.
Against it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really? Because you... Oh, never mind.
So, let me ask you. Daniel is your name?
Yeah, Daniel Carver.
I'm getting the idea that you're somewhat against the races that aren't your own.
Right.
How'd you come up with that?
I love the white race.
Yeah.
I'm
the white
race.
And what about slavery?
What about it?
Well, you think it was wrong?
It was wrong to bring them over here to start with. We should have left them in Africa. The white man's weakness is looking for cheap labor. That's why we brought the African here. That's why we brought the Mexican here. We need to do our own work and send the Africans back to Africa, the Mexicans back to Mexico.
But just because it didn't work with the blacks, we shouldn't throw out the whole program, should we?
It's going to work less with the Mexicans.
Try it with Canadians, perhaps?
Canadians, we don't have a problem with Canadians because they can survive on their own. The blacks couldn't develop Africa. The Mexicans can't develop Mexico. They all coming in here living off of the white man.
But certainly there are plenty of Latinos and blacks who have made a success in America.
They made a success because of affirmative action and programs that we have to give it to them. It ain't because they were equal.
Really? You think that's how Colin Powell got to be Secretary of State?
Of course it is. He would never have made it as a white man.
He fought in Vietnam.
He fought in Vietnam.
Did you?
So did I.
You fought in Vietnam?
I fought in Vietnam.
With that hood on?
Take your head off that hood.
He did. He is a vet. He is a Vietnam vet.
What did you say, Beetlejuice?
What did you say? Well, Bill, what about some more topics?
All right, well, we never really got to the stem cell research. I was going to say stem cell research.
I want to know if Beetlejuice is ready to go back to Africa.
Oh, hell no. He's in Scary Movie, too.
Africans just like the same thing that everybody else thinking.
Right.
What'd you say?
Exactly.
He's right.
Yeah.
They ain't going to give up that welfare check.
All right, go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
Okay. You brought up Vietnam. Now, what did you all think of Bob Kerry's wrenching personal admission a few months ago that during the Vietnam War he committed an atrocity which someone in his squad contended was an out-and-out massacre of women and children? Now, the reaction in the media in this country was, hey, war is hell, we really can't judge him. There have been dissenting voices. Your thoughts, Beetlejuice?
Well, it's not a thought. Well, it's just like it.
What happened?
A lot of people don't like it. You know, if they have it, they could have had it. You know, they wouldn't have it. They wouldn't have thought it.
I'm going to wait for the translation.
There wouldn't be no translation unless they wouldn't be there.
Yeah. See?
Very good.
Yes.
I'm just leaving Bill on his own.
In its own way, very profound.
I'm sure Daniel's got a point of view.
Yeah, what do you think about that? I mean,
in Vietnam, the Vietnamese were our enemy, whether they were women or children. I mean, the women and children harmed our soldiers as much as the Vietnamese men. They were a threat to us.
So you don't find a problem with lining up women and children in a village and shooting them?
They were the enemy. We wasn't there playing games. We was fighting a war.
You're our liberal. Certainly you must have something to say about that.
No comment. I wasn't born when the war was happening at that time. Sorry.
Wow. So what?
Gary, you were alive for that.
No, I was not. I was just a baby.
Wait a second. First, let's get rid of this idea that just because you weren't born when something happens, you shouldn't know about it or don't have an opinion about it.
Well, I'm 50 years old. I was in Vietnam at the age of 17.
Yeah.
Gary, how old are you?
49.
Yeah, you were alive during Vietnam.
No, he wasn't.
No, I was not. Just a baby. What?
Baby? Well,
why didn't you go to Vietnam?
Gary, you were in high school during Vietnam.
Yeah, but I didn't.
What was your draft number?
I didn't have one.
All right, let's move on to national defense.
Okay.
President Bush is, of course, promoting his Star Wars research, as President Reagan called it, the missile shield. First of all, let me ask you, which leg of our nuclear triad do you feel is the most vital?
Who are you going to, Gary?
Gary the retard?
Yeah.
I just call him Gary.
I like President Bush.
You do?
That's the leg he likes, President Bush.
Yeah.
Right. Beetlejuice, which leg of our nuclear triad? And don't say the middle one.
It could be a regular war, you know. It could be something like that.
Right. I agree with Beetlejuice.
All right. And what about the missile defense system that the president is proposing? It's a system that many of the critics say doesn't work, is too expensive, and will start a new arms race with Russia and China.
Talking about Star Wars defense kind of stuff?
Yes, we are.
You know Star Wars, right, Beetlejuice?
Yeah, Star Wars is just like something else. It's just like people was in it, you know?
Right, it's a good movie?
Yeah, it's a good movie, but people just dying out of it.
Right.
No.
That's correct, you know?
Dan,
just a little,
wouldn't that protect our borders if we had some kind of missile defense?
Well, I don't think we need it all that much. We don't have a problem with Russia right now. Our problem was Mexico.
Right.
And
but you do realize that we stole half of Mexico.
We do need a strong military.
You do realize that at one time, not that long ago.
When I was in school, Russia was our threat. Everyone said Russia was going to bury us so slow we wouldn't even know we was dead.
Right.
But now Mexico is doing us the same way. They're moving in so slow and taking over, we don't even see it happening.
Well,
they've took our neighborhoods, they've took our schools.
Now, where did you grow up?
So what kind of defense would you like to see?
Well, first of all, there's a nuclear missile under Daniel Carver's hat. And he can blow all you up. He'll blow all your asses up. You're damn right.
Where do you live that the Mexicans are taking over?
I live in Gainesville, Georgia.
And there's
town's got 100,000 people, and 50,000 of them is Mexicans.
Really? In Georgia?
Georgia.
Yeah. So you don't realize
that. How did that happen?
Yeah, how did that happen, Daniel?
Well, we have a lot of chicken plants, and the white man was looking for cheap labor, so they brought in the Mexicans. We have a lot
But that's
of
the point, is that the Mexicans do all the cheap labor in this country. This country could not survive without these people in this country to do our laundry, wash our cars, blow our leaves, raise our children. We are becoming as decadent as ancient Rome.
They're robbing us of our children. Through mixed breeding, they're robbing us of our children.
I think
they're raising our children because we are too lazy to do it ourselves.
All white people ain't too lazy. There's a lot of them lazy, and there's a lot of them cowards, and that's why we're allowing the Mexicans to come over here to start with.
You know,
when the white man wakes up, when 10% of the white man join together under the banner of the Ku Klux Klan, these Mexicans will be jumping all over each other trying to get back across the Rio Grande River.
First of all, you're a manure salesman with a hat on, okay? Let's not pretend that there is anymore a Ku Klux Klan that is viable. How many people in the Ku Klux Klan in the entire United States?
There's not that many members, but there's millions of like-minded people.
Like-minded people.
People that agree with me and are cowards. They're afraid. They're afraid they'll lose their job. They're afraid some black or black's going to burn their house down.
This is a great addition. This is a great edition of Politically Incorrect.
What a debate!
I tell you, I think I put the
missile defense system shield will probably be a very good, strong defensive system for us to make sure our country's well functional and in society.
So let me ask you this. If you had a genius black guy or them, who would you rather live next to?
I'd rather live next to him than there's no such thing as a genius black guy.
There isn't.
No.
There's been no black geniuses.
No.
Daniel, does it embarrass you that Gary Dell'Abate treats his mom like a dirty Mexican?
All right, listen. This is Sam Kinison, by the way. All right, listen. I have to say this was a great Politically Incorrect. Bill looks more disturbed than ever.
Than the last time.
Yeah. Beetlejuice, thank you. You were great.
Eloquent.
Thank you.
You speak about the issues in a way that I think was memorable.
Yeah.
And I also think that you have a great career going. I think Bill realizes you're in 2 major films this year.
I saw him in Son of the Beach.
Yeah.
Yes, Son of the Beach. Also, he was in Scary Movie 2 and soon to be the star of Bubble Boy. I don't think people realize that.
I did know that.
Yeah.
And if you could give just a couple of your teeth to him.
Right. He don't have no teeth.
That's the point I was making. And you have too many. You see?
Hey, it don't matter what I'm at.
Tooth.
It don't matter what the tooth is. It don't matter.
Right.
As long as everybody had their own tooth. I ain't worried about nobody else's tooth.
You can't handle the tooth.
Right. You can't handle the tooth. Say you can't handle the tooth. I've been more man than everybody else, but I can handle my own tooth. All right.
Right, Beetlejuice. And you've made your point, Slow Adam.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with some of your opinions there, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good.
I didn't know you were such a deep thinker.
Well, I do try.
And Daniel Carver, you answered the questions honestly. Whether people agree with you or not, you went in there and you said what you had to say.
You do battle.
I always try to be honest.
You always were honest. And, Bill, you have to be impressed with his honesty at least.
Yes.
And Gary the Retard, you surprised the hell out of me.
I told you every time I come here in New West, I make New York wake up and smell the coffee.
All right. Oh. You made New York wake up and smell the coffee.
Well, listen, I don't usually give an answer at the end of the show, but just let me say, fellas, get behind the stem cell thing, okay? It really is something you want to get behind.
Everybody should be for stem cell research. It could save all our lives.
It could change things, if you know what I'm saying. Okay?
Yes, I believe everyone should be for that.
I think we have several candidates right here.
Right.
It
could change everything.
Driving at. Let's move this research forward, and next year maybe you'll be on Regis.
Beetlejuice, are you for it?
You got to move more forward. You got it.
Right. Bill, I do want to give you a plug because you've done such an excellent job here today. Your show is called Politically Incorrect.
Yes.
You say you're taking on the mob this week. What is that about?
We taped some shows out here at the waterfront in Brooklyn, right by the East River.
Right.
All about the mafia, and it's on this week, and I think it's interesting.
And you're not afraid to speak about the mafia? You're not afraid for your own safety?
You see, I mix it up with the Klan.
Right.
By the way, when did the Klan start wearing loafers?
Ask Daniel, he'll tell you.
When he's with the Klan, that's probably the safest place he'll be.
But, you know, that is a very gay shoe you have on.
Yeah.
Suddenly the panel comes to life.
Hey, there's nothing gay about Daniel. Isn't that correct, Daniel?
That's right.
Well, that's a kind of a gay shoe. I'm just saying that if you walked into a certain bar in New York, they would say, "Oh,
well, I ain't gonna walk into no bar in New York."
Yeah.
They think he was a girl, Beetlejuice?
I know, so they know he had that girl shoes on or something. I know something like that.
Well, Bill, it's always good to see you, and you've hosted this.
Pleasure.
You've really done a great job hosting this.
Always a pleasure, Howard.
Yeah, and to all my guests, thank you, Gary the Retard, Daniel Carver. Do you want to give out any of your plugs? Gary,
plug? I got a plug. I want to tell everybody they can still order my catalog for $3. The catalog's now got about 90 pages. It's full of racist.
Any new items?
What's new?
Actually, I got a website.
I've got new flags, new hats, new T-shirts. It's 80 pages now, a little over 80 pages.
Wow.
And, again,
and one of those Duraflame crosses that lights on the lawn by itself.
There's any kind of racist item you can think of.
You know what one of his big sellers is?
What?
He's got a T-shirt, and it's got a picture of a black man, and you see a scope of a rifle, and it says, "We also have a dream."
Yeah, I hope not.
Right. Right.
Actually, I got my own website that Sal got me. It's called www.slowadam.com. And
what are you selling?
What are you on there with? What would you possibly have on a website?
I got one picture so far, but next time when Sal comes here, I'll be handing him more pictures for my website.
All right.
Plus, I'm going to be involved in an independent film.
Independent film?
He said he was going to get me involved in one. So I just got a message for Sal. Sal, call me on Thursdays. That's the only day off I have.
You're working now?
Not yet.
Oh.
But I want to make real money.
But you have a day off on Thursday, but you're not working.
Nah, I just want to wait until I get involved in the acting business so I can...
Yeah.
Easy to get the day off first.
Adam, if you're off on Thursday, but you don't work, what do you do on the other days?
Just clean the bathroom.
You're living in a group house now?
No, not yet.
No.
You're at your own place.
I'll talk to you about it sometime in the near future.
All right, it's complicated is what you're saying.
Now, what is this picture of? What kind of pictures is
It's a picture of Slow Adam.
No, it isn't, Howard.
What is it?
I don't know what Sal's doing, but there's a picture. There's like 3 pictures. You know, one says Slow Adam's limo, and it's a wheelchair.
I know. I laughed at that.
All right, now let the other people have a plug, for God's sake. There's the website right there. It's up on your screen. You can see it.
Hey, Howard.
Yes.
I'm starting my own website, too, but I ain't got it started. But the guy named Michael, when it called you on the phone last Monday, so he's going to help me get it up. I already got one started. It's really funny.
All right, you can have your own website.
Yep.
Daniel, do you have a website yet?
No, I don't have a website. I sell everything through the mail.
Everything is done through the mail.
Get his computer and just send it.
Right. And what about Beetlejuice? You're at jollydwarf.com, right?
Right.
Yeah, and people can book you for dwarf tossing and other things.
We don't do that anymore.
No, you're done with that.
Yeah.
But you still do bachelor parties?
Yeah, we only do bachelor parties.
Do you still get naked at the parties and walk around?
No, I just sit there, you know. I get my groove on.
Right, okay.
No.
And, Bill, you don't have a website?
You've convinced me. You're right about the black people.
I just get laid, you know. That's the whole party you got to live.
What was that?
What was that?
Go to kissonline.com.
Thank you, Gene. Yes. Yeah, see, what is it?
Hey, Howard, you know Bubble Boy's coming out to plug right there with Beetlejuice. It's 82 minutes long. He's in like 30-something minutes of it.
Yeah, Beetlejuice, you have a huge part in that. A lot of people were disappointed in Scary Movie 2. They felt there wasn't enough Beetlejuice.
Well, they get enough of me because I'm the best. That's why.
Right, okay. And so we look forward to that. Bill, what a great show you put on today.
It was everything I'd always dreamed of when I started this concept.